So today I just wanted to take a quick look at DTV's Monster Hits, which was pretty much a television show that was, I believe, on the Disney Channel during the 80s. This particular one, which actually out of all of the Halloween specials I've seen so far, is one of the ones I've enjoyed the most. It's pretty much just montages of Disney animated sequences, cartoon shows, films, whatever, set to rock music. So, for example, they did have songs on there like Thriller, Ghostbusters, Bad Moon Rising, Monster Mash, so pretty much anything that could qualify as Halloween themed. The episode did run, I believe, about 47 minutes long, and there were definitely a lot of fun choices as far as like the older music, as well as a lot of stuff from the 80s. You also had Rockwell doing Somebody's Watching Me with, of course, Michael Jackson singing in the chorus, and then of course you also do have Michael Jackson's Thriller, which for a lot of people is one of the main go-tos as one of the Halloween season songs, which, you know, in my opinion, it should be. It's definitely a great film. It's very fun. It's catchy. There are definitely a lot of sequences in there. The episode itself does range up to 50 years worth of animation, so pretty much from the start of Disney up to the current year at that time, which was, I believe, 1987. I could be wrong, but there were definitely, for me, some sequences that did stand out a lot more than others. So you do have a total of 12 songs altogether. One of my favorite ones, one of my favorite segments rather, was the music was Evil Woman. We do open with the sequence of the Evil Queen from Snow White. She's getting her ingredients together. She's about to turn herself into the old hag. So we do have the audio as she's going through her spell and whatnot. And right as her potion just starts to send up the puffs of smoke, that's pretty much when the music kicks in, which to me just makes it even more fun and even more trippy, because you've got this slow camera spin angle as the queen's, I guess you could say her headdress or her cape cover comes off of her head. You see her long raven black hair turn white, and you've got, like I said, this slow action spinning motion with, you know, with this music that comes on, and it just makes it seem just very psychedelic and very trippy. I just absolutely love that. To me, especially the music set to that just really made the sequence. And then, of course, you do cut in with a few other Disney witches and other montages, but to me, the intro to that is just perfect. I think it was just amazing, just very well chosen. Obviously, you can tell it was one of my favorites. I'm just on and on about it, but yeah, I mean, it just really fit it extremely well. And I mean, especially when you do have things set to music, I think they're just a lot more enjoyable. Even myself as a kid, I loved when even just like cartoon shows, not even, you know, specific specials, would do stuff like that. But I think that's just something inherent in all of us, is we just gravitate towards music, or we just all love music in general. You know, it's one of those universal languages. One of the ones to me which kind of did stand out as not really fitting the whole Halloween theme, but actually what I believe they were doing is they were just kind of wrapping up. They were, I guess, just trying to get the kids to settle down, because, you know, you're seeing all of these ghoulies and monsters and whatnot. Some kids do scare more easily than others, you know, everyone's different. But pretty much part of the show wrap-up is a sequence with Pat Benatar's You Better Run, and that's pretty much set to, once again, the Evil Queen. She's telling the huntsman to take Snow White out to pick some flowers, and then she wants him to bring her heart back in a box, because apparently that was her Valentine's Day request, and she was just feeling especially romantic that year. But you know, when you see the song choice on the list, it's like, that really doesn't make any sense at all. But then you see how they set up the scene, and you're like, oh, that's perfect, that's genius, that's awesome. Which I think, yeah, it worked really well. From there, of course, you move into a song called Dreamtime. You also have the Heffalumps and the Woozles, and then, of course, Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics, which, you know, who doesn't love that song? But, you know, so they're just kind of doing the wind down, I guess, and just kind of just trying to take the ghosties and the ghoulies out of the minds of children so that they can rest easy, which, you know, is a very thoughtful tactic. You know, it's not something that I'm used to seeing. Of course, I myself, you know, being an adult, I don't think about things like that. But the fact that, you know, a kid-friendly channel would obviously take something like that into consideration and make that effort, you know, even, you know, that's good on Disney for having done that. But the special itself, I thought, was just extremely well done. We do get some sequences from films that we've already seen, but they're different segments, so we're not necessarily getting total all-out repeats. They do change it up, and obviously they are trying to fit or suit a theme, so I think that works out well. But yes, this is another one of those Halloween specials that I had never really heard of. Pretty much, I really didn't grow up in front of the TV as a kid. You know, growing up in my era, I spent time outside playing, being a kid, whereas nowadays, most kids, you pretty much have to shove them out the door, like, get out there. But, yeah, I mean, I was just, you know, I had a regular, I guess, upbringing or growing up. But, yeah, so now as an adult, I'm kind of discovering some of these Halloween specials. I kind of wished I had seen, which were geared toward my age group at the time, but I still find them just as much enjoyable. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you later.